Thanks, Charlie. Hey, Renegades, it's Sean Smith, and back home after a night at Bridgestone Arena watching the Nashville Predators take on the Pittsburgh Penguins. And I'll say this, pretty eventful few days. And I think, at least for me, one of the hardest things that's happened is seeing Mattias Ekholm traded away. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm perfectly understanding and get why this trade happened. They saw an opportunity. There was a good offer for him, and they took it. Talked to David Poyle between periods, and that's what he echoed. They made an offer he couldn't refuse, and as a result, the trade happens. I get it, but it's hard to see someone like Mattias Ekholm leave the team, especially after being a fixture for so long, playing such a major role, not just on the ice, but off the ice, leadership-wise. The core program he worked with was really one of my favorites that I think I've seen out there in the Nashville Predators sphere. Absolutely love what he was doing with that. Loved when his wife, Ida, had the show with Julie Turris. Just phenomenal contributions to the Nashville community. Going to miss Mattias Ekholm a lot. So just wanted to get that out there. That being said, totally different landscape for the team roster. A lot of changes, a lot of guys gone. Jeannot gone, Niederreiter gone, Ekholm gone. I saw the first appearance of Cal Foote, who came back in the Jeannot trade, and also the debut of Luke Evangelista. And that's what I want to talk about tonight. Playing against the Penguins, who are in a playoff race right now, trying to get into the playoffs, and coming up against a Predators team that's in transition, using a lot of call-ups from Milwaukee, young guys, rookies, new guys, and a lot of guys injured, a lot of guys out. So you're seeing a team that has completely changed over the past week or two, and not a lot of lead time for some of these guys to get up to speed. Although I will say that the Admirals use a very similar, setup down there, or down there, whatever. So when they make the transition to the NHL and play with the Predators, there's not a lot of change they have to make aside from location, or maybe line mates. But you even saw a lot of Admirals playing together on the Predators tonight, and they put up a pretty strong fight. I want to say this. I spent a lot of time focused on Luke Evangelista and Cal Foote. Here's what I'll say about Cal Foote. Okay, first, he's a big boy. He's a strong boy, too. And when you get him in front of the net, wrestling away the other guys who are vying for a position, trying to get a chip in or a tip in or a redirect, he's hard to move, and he will put you down. And that's one of the things I noticed was going into the corners with him didn't seem like a fun thing at all, because you usually wound up face down on the ground with your nose rubbed in the ice. Now, that's something to be afraid of. And I will say, too, I like the way he's good at denying zone entry, standing guys up at the blue line, although it did look like he had some first-night jitters. But what I really want to talk about is Luke Evangelista, because let's talk about some guys that have come in and had big debuts. And not necessarily that all of these things happen in their first game, but let's talk about an early game for Yakov Trenin coming in, breaking Zdeno Chara's jaw. That was pretty cool. Early game for Tanner Jeannot coming in and cartwheeling dudes. Luke Evangelista, who's not touted as a big, strong guy, comes in and puts Evgeny Malkin on the ice. Just absolutely lit him up, drew a penalty, and I'm going to tell you what, pretty impressive stuff, because he didn't just look good defensively. He didn't just look good when he was being willing to put his body on the line, but he also looked good, had some really good chances offensively. John Hines even said after the game that on a different night, some of those bounce a different way, and he scores a couple of goals. The future is bright with this kid, and that's my theme. I'm going to say this. People have been clamoring for change. They've been saying we want something different. We're tired of the same thing. This is something different. It's going to look a little bit weird for a while, but you're going to start enjoying watching some of these players play. Tommy Novak has been incredible. He looked good tonight, too. He's so creative with the puck. He has great vision, and he's fast, and he gets places. He's got a lot of time behind the net where he's thinking about what to do, bouncing pucks off of goalies' backs into the net. Smart player, fun to watch. Luke Evangelista, Philip Tomasino, Cody Glass, all these guys. Look, you're tired of being booted in the first round. Okay, you may not make it to the playoffs for a couple of seasons, but you're going to see some pretty good hockey, and you're going to watch these guys who have been in Milwaukee coming up into their own in Nashville and becoming high quality players that you're looking forward to watching every night, and they're exciting to see play. That's what you want to see. Yeah, the Predators lost tonight. Big deal. It was 3-1. It was tied. It was a close game for a long time. They both played great, right? Penguins end up getting a bounce, goes in, and they score an empty net goal. Big deal. Fact of the matter is, you asked for change, you got change, enjoy the change. Don't get mad about it. This is good hockey. You're going to see good stuff from these young players. And again, you were tired of what you were seeing. This is something different. It may not be exactly what you're used to, but just because it's different doesn't mean it's bad. Charlie, Renegades, look, that's what I got for you tonight. I'm saying is that there is hope. You want to change. You're seeing a lot of players leave. And while it's scary, while it's not fun, while it's sad, while it's heartbreaking to hear Roman Josi talk about his friend, his teammate, someone that he's been in an organization with for a very long time, being traded and moving on to another city. It still means you're going to get to see some good hockey. It still means that you're going to see something different. And if that's what you've been asking for, that's what you're getting. And I tell you what, buckle up and enjoy the ride. It's going to be fun. You get to see these young kids play that you've been hearing about for so long, and that's exactly what you should want. They're going to get good together. You're not going to see these guys coming up and maybe getting 8 minutes on the fourth line each night. You're going to see them playing meaningful minutes, and it's going to be fun. I promise. Renegades, that's all I got. Charlie, I'm going to send it back over to you.